Yeah, that's Keith Jarrett jamming out Birth, and pretty rocking album. Probably turn it down a little bit more, just kind of loud. I thought we were good, but my assistant here is gonna turn it down just a little bit more. So it's been a while, so I'm a little excited. That's probably good. Alright. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Alright, so this is told Vinyl Ritchie that I was kind of felt left out with his psychedelic top 20. Well, I don't really have a top 20 psychedelic, but I felt a lot left out showing off some stuff and yakking my yak about the stuff and all that. And so when I got home, had this sitting at the door waiting for me, this Harumi. It's a gatefold, of course, this psychedelic classic of what I find pretty intriguing is the fact that well, Vinyl Ritchie said he didn't like the third side. I thought the third side was absolutely, on a comedic level, it was close to a 10. I don't understand Japanese talking, but when I hear it in rock form, it tends to make me laugh. So I found it really humorous, and this is one strange record, and for some reason I think Frank Zappa had a lot to do with this record. I don't know if it's actually, it's got that Zappa sound. No, I don't know if it's actually Zappa's boys playing, if the mothers are playing on this or not, but unlike the other cat, the other blind Fisher, that dude, I think this is along the same lines, only they use a Japanese guy for, I'm just going off of what I'm thinking, but I'm going to stick to my guns on it. I have done no research on this record whatsoever. I'm just going off pure vibe that this is. Everything about it, they like to make up names and shit and have a little fun. I think that this was one of Frank's ideas. I don't know, I'm going off just whatever. I just talking shit, making it start something here in the VC. But yeah, I not only ended up with one of these records, but I ended up with two of these suckers. So I guess I got one for sale. I got a promotional copy actually. And I'm gonna, if someone wants to trade for something for it, whatever, I'm gonna be a little bit picky, of course, because it's a cool record, so I want to trade something cool for cool, you know. So otherwise, yeah, back from my Texas excursion for now, and cheers. I don't really get that, but found one of these cheap. This Nuggets. This is this volume 7, and I'm just gonna show some shit I picked up on the way before I get into the psychedelic madness. I mean, it's kind of relates to it, so psychedelic records, I guess, is what I'm gonna be showing. And this Nuggets is got the Bo Brummels on it, Mojo Men, and this is unopened. This is new old. This is original. Got a cutout there. I don't know. Some of that shit kind of bores me to death. Yeah, this is another one they had. This is volume 3. Of course, the good volumes. Of course, they didn't have them, but for a couple bucks a piece, I wasn't gonna complain. I was just gonna pick them up and use them as trade bait, basically. So yeah, this one. But when we get to, we're talking about psych, you know, I did pick up one modern psych record I think is absolutely really fantastic. And so, whoops, sorry about that. Tip over, I've got my keyboard here. I was gonna play some Soft Machine for you guys, but you guys don't want to deal with that shit anyway, so I picked me up a little metal, you know, this Accept, Midnight Highway. This is back in '83 they put this out. I love Accept, early Accept. The guitar sound is just amazing. And I don't know, I like this record. And I like the record cover, obviously. You know, it's got a motorcycle on it and all the cool stuff. So, pick that up again for the 20th time. I don't know. I see. I mean, Accept is just fun to buy. I don't. So, there's just certain things that are fun to buy, and buying metal is fun. Yeah, of course, this classic Saxon, Dallas 1 p.m. on here, and couldn't tell you whatever all the other songs, but this is a solid rocker. I mean, this is good shit. I've had this more times I can count too. Saxon, Strong Arm of the Law. This came out in '80. I'd recommend the first two Saxon records highly. I recommend them. They're great. Just the guitar sound is amazing. Just good rockers. You know, they ain't gonna blow you away or nothing, but they're really just solid. Better than listening to AC/DC. You know. So that brings me to the Psych. Oh wait, I got this too. I picked up this on the cheap. This original press of this T-Rex slider. I was pretty stoked. I actually did not have this record, so it's just about as mint as you can get, and one of my favorite records. This is another guy that really inspired me to start playing guitar again and playing instruments and having fun, I guess. Nice 72 release on that one. And this is the, I don't know, I don't have no flow in my videos, I just do them. And this King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. This is Murder of the Universe. This is about as chaotic psych as they get. Modern day psych. It's punk too, and got some heavy doom aesthetic also. I mean, it's got everything you could possibly want in crazy music nowadays, and this is a great record. I mean, go out and buy this sucker, man. This is great. I mean, these guys are doing it really good, and this is on some kind of weird blue marble vinyl, kind of, I don't know. Bill Way picked it up, and then she didn't like it, and I was glad she picked it up, and then she gave it to me. So when we're talking about psych, when I think of psychedelic, there's the first band that comes to mind, and that's this band. 13th Floor Elevators, Easter Everywhere. Of course, you know, that you got the other 13 floors with I can't remember that song on it. You're Gonna Miss Me. Yeah, that's it. But this one here, I have a reissue of that, but I like to show this one off because it's real. And the guy that sold this record has a original pressing of CA Quintet. Into Hell, whatever that is, but I don't know how you can miss this and figure out that one. I don't know. That guy is crazy. I really wish that he would sell that. I mean, I've asked him how much he wanted for it. He wants $1,200 for it. I don't think he's ever gonna sell it. So But that's just a classic. But the first band that comes to my mind when I think of psychedelic, it's definitely this band, the great Pink Floyd. Of course, Saucer Full of Secrets, and I mean, Sid Barrett on here slightly, and David Gilmour kind of mellowing things out a bit. And thank God for that, huh? Of course, Piper at the Gates Done. That's probably the best psych record ever made. I mean, this is my second though. This is just as good, if not. They kind of go together. I think when I listen to these, I listen to both of them usually. And yeah, this is weird fame pressing. Yeah, I don't have an original. None of the Floyds are all these stupid fames, which they sound great, and although they're not very cheap, they still are cool. But I would rather have. I've had originals in the past, but this is great. So I want to hope all you guys down there in Floodland, Texas, that are in the VC are doing good and hanging in there, I guess. And when I think of Psych, also, it's not, without a doubt, it's these two records also. They've been shown, and I guess they're shown for a reason, right? Well, I mean, just the overall aesthetic and craziness of these records. These two records kind of, again, go hand in hand, much like the Pink Floyd does. These two records go together, in one way or another, and they're great for a reason. When you think of Psych, these are it, man. Yep. No need to mention, who they are. United States of America and Joe Bird and the hippies, field hippies. Now, second, I think of Psych, I think of Hawkwind, and this is probably the best Hawkwind record. This is Lemmy's last one with them, and they're firing all, there's no turds, and this one, they're finally, firing on all cylinders and just rocking out. This is a cool record. I don't know, this is a great record. Warrior on the Edge of Time, Hawkwind. This is a killer record. Okay. Next for Psych, everybody show the Soft Machine 1, Soft Machine 2. After that, they're not really Psych anymore. But these first two Soft Machine records are top notch. Craziness. Really weird and avant-garde stuff here. I actually got this one first before I got the first one, and this is a pretty killer. This is really just, I've never heard nothing like it before. This is a great record. Okay, of course, next, got your West Coast pop art experimental band. There's another great record. I've been holding out on the rest of them because I can't seem to find one on the cheap. I was blessed with this copy, which is an original pressing, drop dead clean. Yeah, this is incredibly how this looked like brand new, and I was really excited to find this. And I bought this. I like to buy my site cheap, and you know, I think I paid $8 for this thing. You know, so I'm expecting to pay $8 for the first one and the third one, and that's not going too well for me. Let's see, this, you know, I'm on dual, of course, Phallus Day. I mean, this is pretty weird. I mean, I'm more of a, I like the krautrock quite a bit. I really like it a lot. I like this stuff a lot. It's different every time you hear it. You know, unless you've listened to it about 1,000 times, it still doesn't sink in. It's always different. And they really nailed it. Of course, like, this is the one reissue I have of this stuff, and sounds great. It's on really like purple, pink vinyl. Kind of like that poster back there. And yeah, I'll just do a couple shout outs here, kind of in the middle here. Hope Zach's doing well, and Zeke the Geek, Zach I'm talking about, and you know, Hog's Ear Report and Randy Deadwax, you know, made me jealous showing his records, of course, and Secondhand Chokes back doing some videos, and the guy up there in Canada gets all the great deals, never ceases to amaze me. But and I just you know, as Nomad, that's who it is, and you know, the metal guys, Metal Theologian, and I don't know if Aaron's really, you know, no different than us really, but has the metal name, but he listens to a lot of metal, but listens to a lot of other cool shit that is really is cool. And Pat over at Ground Zero Salem, and the other new guy that I can't, yeah, he goes by his name. I can't remember it at the moment, but you know, of course, say hey to Helmet Diggy, and I know you're out there, and Stavros, and I know that everybody will be back soon. I mean, this is just, I'm just lucky to be home to make this, otherwise there wouldn't be no vinyl in the van for a while. There probably won't be after this for a while. And I'll probably come back and do a mother load, and just everybody's making cool videos, all you new guys out there, and Vinyl Victim, I love watching his channel. He talks real good, you can hear him, he explains everything really nice old school records, and and Rob, of course, Panique, so it's just excellent. And Derek Fisher shows plenty of psych, so go to his channel. He's got the know-how and all that. Let you guys know what you're missing. And of course, this Morgan, this is good stuff. This is a reissue. Now, I'm not really, you know, my love for reissues is, I don't really like them, but I've come to the conclusion I'm not spending money on records, like, unless they're indie rock records that I know I can't get. I'll pay for those, but I kind of a limit too. I don't want to spend over $50 anymore on a record. I'm not going to spend, you know, $200 on a record anymore. That's not going to happen. You know, this is a Psych classic. Everybody's heard this, and I just grabbed some records, and of course you got this one this July. You know, this is pretty good. This is top notch. I mean, all these are good. I mean, you could go and okay, I just sold a bunch of records not too long ago, and I put all the B Squad Psych that I had, all the B Squad Psych left the building. And I just kept the heavy hitters that are timeless and I know I'm not going to be able to find anymore. I just kept that stuff. It's just like it gets to the point where I don't need shit sitting around here. If I'm not going to play it, it just sits there and just takes up other records that I'll listen to space. You only got so much room and you only can listen to so many records. So I cleaned house a little bit. I was broke and I needed some money, but nothing I consider heavy hitter stuff left the building. He thought he was getting some heavy hitter stuff, but what he was going to do with it, the guy, was a dealer and he can work with it, but I don't consider the stuff. It shows up out here on the farm all the time. When I think of this is what I think of when I think of Psych. This first Hawkwind, this is the real deal right here. This is killer. Yeah. Hawkwind. Oh, you can dig into the Psych world all forever and find just, I think, shittier and shittier bands, and there comes a point where there's no more good Psych, and you start buying stuff and, I can dig collecting it, but it's like stamps, you just never do nothing with them. They just sit there in the collection for me. If I don't play records, they go, and no matter what. Of course, this first Soft Machine original press, I ain't gonna throw out any gong or nothing like that. I think is good Psych, and just like the stuff I was just playing in the beginning. That's pretty weird too, But yeah, this one here, this is Rock Dead Mint, and I didn't pay shit for it, so that's the way I like it. Kind of getting smarter. I'm I'm just losing interest to spend money on records, a lot of money on records, because I always sell them anyway. So if I know I can make a few bucks on stuff, I'll buy it. But I'm not, in the long run. I only need about 250, 300, maybe 500 records at the most sitting around this house. So anything more, and I don't even think I have maybe 200-300 at the moment left. And I don't need that many records. I don't. Like I said, I got stuff that's never leaving, and I probably have never even shown it yet, but I don't need 3,000 records sitting around my house anymore. It's just, if I buy 3,000 records, I'm gonna sell them, But as far as it goes to Psych, this is the top. This is the top of the hill right here. I paid the money. I paid all my ass for this record, and it's still here. It made the cut. It made the cut for a reason, because it's timeless, and this sounds like a band now, and this is killer. This is a killer record. I could put this on and be just as amused as the first day I heard it, and it's a classic. So that's why this one stayed, and all the rest of these stay. They stay for good reason. Elvis didn't make the cut. Whoever else didn't make the cut. Usually I buy metal and I sell it, and my punk still, I kept all that, and of course my neo psych stuff that keeps growing, and my jazz is still here. Although I did sell a first pressing of Coltrane. I sold that to the guy for pretty good money. I sold that. I paid $10 for that record, and I'd say I boofoofled in times what he bought it for. And hey, I'll just go buy another one. They're out there. And I just wanted to make another video and hang out and shoot the shit. And I hope Garner's doing alright. And High Octane, watch his videos. Yeah. I don't know what else to say other than drink Coca-Cola. And don't buy too many records. I'm going shopping tomorrow. Later.